Jaime Arriola. And again, we show that those are the last two witnesses. So come on down, Meghan and Jaime. Okay, identify yourself, Meghan, and your dog.
Hi, my name is Megan, and my dog's name is Clark. He's a Cardigan Welsh Corgi.
Your last name, too.
Arriola. My name is Megan Arriola, and my full time job is being a YouTuber. I have over 200,000 followers, and that is more people than vote in El Paso, with over 24 million views. I've been in Texas my entire life and raised with strong Texas values. Being a worldwide influencer, I've been able to see the endearment that the rest of the world holds for Texas. We are a place like no other. The values we hold since the days of come and take it are what has allowed for us to prosper so much as a state and has brought so many people here. Jack Wilson just recently proved that when citizens are given their full rights to organize and defend themselves, evil is stopped in its tracks. Jack Wilson represents average Texans who have been training to shoot their entire lives. People with carry license, like me, have been trained to carry a weapon. More legislation is not the answer. We need to work at enforcing current gun laws. Those caught breaking gun laws are not prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. We are giving more punishment to nonviolent crimes. Guns are not the problem. The problem is letting violent offenses turn into smaller misdemeanor charges. The best thing Texas has done in the last year is let churches arm themselves. There you have prevented countless lives from being lost. There is a reason that across the border is one of the most dangerous places in the world and a city with one of the highest rates of crimes against women. And the reason for this evil is that guns are not allowed to law abiding citizens. It is our duty as Texans to make sure we represent the rest of the nation by showing the value of the Second Amendment and do not take away rights like in Virginia. Don't California my Texas. Thank you.
Thank you. Jaime?
Thank you so much. My name is Jaime Arriola. I'm representing my campaign for Texas U.S. Congressional 16th District. I have decided to speak on item 1, 2, and 5. I'll divide them up that way. Item number 1, I feel the attention that the current mentality is to concentrate the law enforcement officer to create new laws. But the issue with it is that the laws are currently there but are not being able to be enforced appropriately. A lot of law enforcement officers do not receive the actual backing that is necessary through legislation and the justice system, and many times they are unable to, they have their hands tied to be able to perform and follow through with the laws that are already in place. Legislation needs to focus on giving them that control back and being able to get more ability to follow through with the laws that you all have made. Item number 2, I see myself where I have worked myself in the federal government. One of the biggest issues that I found was the bureaucracy has become so mundane that sometimes when applying a report to one thing, you have to repeat yourself 2, 3 times. The current system is that way. You have to apply it to one, then you have to repeat the same thing you wrote into another system. We need to utilize technology more efficiently, create integrations between the current systems, and be allowed to be able to have these systems to work more effectively for the community to ensure that we prevent these things and facilitate the process of communication between the organizations that have been set to enforce these legislations. And finally, item number 3, I have actually been a nurse for the last 10 years. I've done home health, I've done trauma health, and I've done behavioral health as well. And one of the things that I noticed is that many times we had violent behavioral criminals, violent patients who come in for violent crimes, and the crime was either decreased down to a misdemeanor or seen as a non-violent crime. But yet we have people who are non-violent, such as anxiety, depression, or other concerns of mental health, and they were being bundled up in the same situation. We should not be removing guns from people who do not have violent crimes and mental health. And when we say mental health needs to be part of it, we need to encompass that it is mental health with violent tendencies, not just mental health in general. And then on the last part, biggest concern is that currently federal funding is not allowing research to be done as to how we can deal with these individuals. What we need to do as a state is be able to do that funding and do that research and fund the research that's necessary. As a nurse, I would never treat a patient without research, so why are legislations being done without that research? Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, panelists. Is there anyone else wishing to testify?